Hey everyone. Today we're going to talk about sleep, specifically when and how to get the best sleep. And that's by knowing your. We're going to cover what a chronotype is, how to find yours, and take a look at some resources for learning a lot more. So, what is a chronotype? Well, your body has a natural sleep drive and a circadian rhythm that's different from other people. And your chronotype is just how your circadian rhythm and sleep drive impact your life. You've heard of early birds and night owls, but there are actually 4 different types of standard chronotypes, 4 different ways our bodies go about sleep and the world. They are the lion, the bear, the wolf, and the dolphin. So let's talk about what each one of those is. The first one is the lion. That's your early bird. That's what you've heard of as a lion. And this is going to start sounding like I'm reading your horoscope to you a little bit. So you can skip over some of the personality parts, but I think it's kind of interesting. Our lions traditionally have a get things done kind of mindset. They are leaders and they are organized and they step up. These are the people who are going to be the CEO of your business. They have a medium sleep drive. And if you are a lion, it's good to know that because you should focus your productivity early in the morning. To get enough sleep, you probably want to turn off the light at 10 p.m. and wake up at 6 a.m. That's your ideal sleep target if you're a lion. The next is the wolf. Your wolf is your night owl. And while this isn't going to be true for everyone, many of our wolves are particularly creative. They're also sometimes introverted and they can be risk takers. So they are, I like the idea that they're kind of the lone wolf, kind of doing their own thing, but with great results. They have a medium sleep drive, just like the lion, and they would love nothing more than for you to let them sleep until noon because that's when their productivity starts. They also have a great productivity time around 6 p.m., sort of when everybody else is done with the day. Then that removes distractions for them and they can really focus on their work time. If you are a wolf, your recommended sleep window so that you can still function in active society is midnight to 7 a.m. But if you have a job or a life situation that lets you shift that later, then go for it and just embrace that chronotype. The next one is the bear, and we're at 55% of the population approximately is a bear. Bears are driven by the light of the sun, so they function best during the day. They're sociable and they have a high sleep drive, especially in the winter. If you are a bear, your productivity is still best before noon. About 8 to noon is your ideal productivity window. And your ideal sleep time is 10 p.m. to 7 a.m. And this is a little later than I thought it would be, but it gives you the opportunity to get full sleep cycles. All of these, the goal is to give these sleepers a full set of sleep cycles so it's easy to wake up. The dolphin is the rarest chronotype, but also the most interesting. These are the people who are usually self-diagnosed insomniacs. They struggle with sleep. They're really sensitive to light and sound. These people are intelligent, but they're also worriers, and they have generally a low sleep drive. They don't need quite as much as a bear, but from time to time that will wear on them and they will create large bouts of sleep. We've only got about 10 to 15% of the population is a dolphin. They're most productive between 10 and 2. That's their ideal window, is a working lunch. And their best sleep schedule is from 11:50 p.m. to 6:30 a.m. So I don't want to dive too much into any one specific chronotype, but there is one thing that all of us have in common, and that is that we absolutely need to make the most of the time that we have sleeping. Sleep is so important to your body. It gives you enhanced creativity and concentration. It lowers your blood pressure. It helps you regulate your mood. It increases your immunity and fertility, and it decreases your risk of cancer, heart attack, and Alzheimer's. all of these things come from a good night's sleep. And I know it's one of the hardest things to prioritize, but it's so important. Here's a quote that I think really drives that home. After just one night of only 4 to 5 hours of sleep, your natural killer cells, the one that attack the cancer cells that appear in your body every day, drop by 70%. And that's from a sleep researcher named Matthew Walker. And I'm going to recommend his book to you here in a minute. But I just think it's so important to really focus on taking a little bit of extra time to give yourself sleep. It's one place we often find ourselves cutting ourselves short. And I would really challenge you, if you take nothing else away from this presentation, to try to go to bed 10 minutes earlier tonight, or let yourself sleep in 10 minutes later tomorrow morning, and see if you can make those small incremental shifts. In addition to that, I would challenge you to take the quiz to find out what your chronotype is. You can go to thepowerofwhenquiz.com, and I will also link to it in my Wakelet. And you can also, if you want to learn more about this, you can read Michael Bruce's book called The Power of When, or the book I really recommend is called Why We Sleep by Matthew Walker. And that's where that quote came from. It's fascinating reading, and it will help you guilt yourself into sleeping. That's all for today. I hope you have a restful and wonderful day. Thanks for your time.